Hi everyone, welcome back to another recap episode of Survivor South Africa, Immunity Island episode 5. So we know we
can
really
count them on
suck
one
at,
hand.
yeah, we really suck at this intro thing. So
Yeah, look, if you actually do watch this, which I'll be very surprised if you do, we are sorry for the intros. We are not rehearsed. We are not planned with these intros, but you get the gist. You understand because you've watched 4 in a row now. You're clearly still watching.
Josh, do you think that people will be like, why they've been doing this for Backyard and they've been doing this for like South Africa?
Yeah, you think
why
we'd get
can't
it
they
down
nail the
by
fucking
now?
intro? Sorry for the.
You think would understand it by now. Yeah, you really would. But anyway, I guess we're here. I'm Josh, by the way, and we've got Vince too. If you don't know our names, and you can't.
The names are there.
I guess we're here to talk about episode 5 of Immunity Island, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite seasons of all time. It's phenomenal. I disagree with some things, like twists that the production has done. But in saying that, I legit love everyone on the cast. There is nobody I want to see go home at any point ever.
Yeah, I think I really grew attached to the cast as well. But I do feel like this episode, for me, because you told me in like private that you like this episode, but for me, I feel like it's just a bit dragging. Like I think again, editing was good last episode, but this is, I think it's really too straightforward in both tribe. I guess it's kind of like there. So. Okay, let's just dive in quickly because let's just squash the twist that we're having to this episode is the double tribal.
So essentially, start of episode happens. We don't go to the camp that just voted out someone. We go straight to the other camp.
Yeah.
Which was bizarre to me. I'm like, okay, no fallout from tribal after like a big blindside like Paul just happened. Like considering he was in a majority, weird.
Can I also add in Chappie's was pretty invisible this episode, apart from like that one. Yeah.
Like the guy got blindsided, but yet we don't see much of him like cracking it or anything like that. Which, to be honest, like is good for his story. Because like if you get like a meltdown sort of part of a character, they usually go in the next couple of episodes. Usually.
Well, that's my editing issue. Is like because he's clear in the bottom. And then there's clearly like target onto him, but then he just gets 0 confessional, which
it is bizarre. It's bizarre. It's bizarre, but like you can sort of tell at the start of the episode that Vuna is going to tribal, like just from the start of the episode because there's already strategy talks going. Which, to be honest, it doesn't make it great for the viewers. Because we know. I mean, my glasses are fogging up. It's
no. I also want to add. They actually added things that never shown in like the previous episodes, but they shown it in the recap, like the one trying to be on alliance with Teresa.
Well, we've seen that before, though. We have seen that before. Happens in Australian Survivor. Yeah, I've noticed it in Australian Survivor a couple of times. I can't remember what season.
Okay. Yeah,
but it has happened before.
So we never actually seen the scene. That's my question.
Yeah, so we haven't seen the scene, but it's like in a recap. Yeah,
but they put in a recap. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. To be honest, I think it I don't mind it because like it actually gives us like another look into what happened, for this part to happen essentially. But I guess like we see them. What's the recap? Is it when Teresa and Anesu?
No, that was because they were talking about the bottom alliance, like Dino, and Teresa saying that Dino's probably in the bottom. They want to build something going forward, and that's what's been included.
Dino's story arc is like weirdly weird. Like it's so weird.
I just want to jump forward a little bit with the because I think this episode he's more like worried about being collateral damage for no reason. He just like, they're gonna throw me out. Like that's just a lot of panic for no reason when he's actually quite close with pretty much the bottom 3. And I mean the the previous Runa tribe and the
Yeah.
bottom people like Ian and Torizo. So I was just wondering why he was so scared that people were going to target him. That's like doesn't make sense to me.
He's what they're doing, he's what they're doing, what they call playing scared, and I hate it. Like, I always have this motto every single week on this podcast, but like playing scared is so boring. It just there's no edit for you. Like it's just gonna be like so blasé that like you're gonna come across as like what Dino did this episode. He just came across as like scared and like not taking ownership, and that's what we see with like I guess Nicole in this episode. Nicole just takes ownership. Like, and it actually proves how strong she is as well, which is like it's scary. I know she's doing it probably too early, but I think somebody's doing it really great is Marisha, letting Nicole do her work, and yeah. Anyway, we see Terizo. This is like this is like right near the start of the episode. Terizo gets the clue or like the idol parchment.
She asked for the clue.
Yeah, she asked for it. He does hand it over though. He actually does get it. Mm-hmm. And have we seen this before? Has this ever happened?
I don't. Based on my survivor knowledge, I don't think. Sorry, I was going to like have elaborate pause. Maybe there's
one. Amazing. It's amazing. Like imagine having that parchment, right? So I had a thought, right? Imagine having that parchment and dropping it out of your pocket, and then walking away. And then like somebody finding that parchment, and then like they're gonna try and blindside you, but like they're gonna try and blindside you, so you have like a counter move for that. Like, why hasn't that happened? And like,
I think that might be ones I can't on top of my head remember, but I think maybe someone did try to pull this out. But anyway, but I don't know whether what she do with it is actually correct. Because I don't understand what she's wanting to achieve. She wants to build trust, but saying that I have this and I'm going to use it. Yeah, I was like,
I think it backfired on her.
And I was like,
I think it backfired. Yeah, I think it backfired on her
because she told him when she going to use it. This tribal is that what?
No, not that. I think it backfired on her because she was only going to try and show Dino, right? So her whole plan was to show Dino, and then Rainier was there. Rainier was there.
No, I think she wanted to build trust with both of them. I think otherwise, why would?
Yeah, but she didn't say that. She didn't actually say that though. Like she said to Anesu and Tyson that she wanted to just get Dino alongside, right? So, and then we see her then talking with Rainier and Dino, and then showing the paper, like, but not showing the paper, just holding it up and reading it in front of them, right? Which, that paper could be anything. It could be like her no vote paper. And this is why a lot of people lost trust in her because she never did anything correctly. Like if say, for example, she gave the piece of paper to Dino, that builds a lot more trust than like reading a piece of paper in front and then only I can see the text.
Well, I don't get it because why don't you show them the real idol? Like, if someone showed me the clue, I was like, well, okay, show me the real thing.
Yeah, I don't understand why people write. This is what I don't understand as well in Survivor. And this is what I think if I was ever on the show, like the actual show, I would give my idol to someone, right? And then get them to like parade around with it. And then get it back.
But that person has to give it back, though. Like, I don't know what
but like
language you have to use.
You build trust out there, right? You built trust out there for the longest time, right? And I guess this sort of happened with Sandra and Denise in When Is It War, where she gives the idol over for a token. Anyway, and that didn't play that well for Sandra. But like, why don't people do something like that? Like, it's completely different. Like, you've given the person on the bottom the idol just to, like, stir shit up. Right, so nobody's then going to vote them, and then you've still got the idol. Then the whole float's going to flip, and then you could probably make a flip in the way you want it to go. I don't know. I just don't understand why. Like,
I think it's quite hard to achieve that. Like, I mean, in your mind, it's good.
It's probably like in my head, I'm like, oh, that just sounds easy, right? But like, yeah,
everything has to go your way. So
yeah. But like, I think everything does go my way half the time. So yeah. Anyway, so back to the talk. Essentially, she shows the wrong people. Like she shows one too many people. And then from there it just starts like her downfall starts happening from there. But then you don't really see that because we sort of just go to the challenge like 10 minutes into the episode. The immunity challenge.
So talking about the immunity challenge, do you like it then there's no one actually safe apart from the person going to Immunity Island? And then the rest of the people pretty well. Actually, I like that.
I love it. I think if you had to do like 2 tribes go on a tribal council, I think this is the way you do it. I don't agree with the challenge. I think the challenge should have been a bit different. Maybe like a physical challenge, not a balance. I know. The only reason I say that is because like you're not really like the only people that are participating for immunity, I guess, are the people going to Immunity Island, but they're not even guaranteed immunity because they might leave.
Yeah.
Right. So having like a challenge that's like fair for everyone, I sort of like don't agree with. I feel like it was a physical based challenge, then like that physical threat would then stand out more moving forward. So which I think the challenges this season haven't been that physically demanding, besides the sandpit.
The bag of rice in the middle.
Yeah. Besides that one, I don't think they've actually been that physically demanding, which is good because like I hate Australian Survivor for the physically demanding ones, but like watching South Africa with like more like intelligence sort of based puzzles and everything like that seems a lot better.
Well, it's you basically describing the US one. They are the Europe.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Like, like South Africa and the US seasons actually are very similar with like the challenges, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't. Let's not get into it because I disagree. I mean, I do like. I think Aussie Survivor are actually really creative in their challenges, which is really great. And you can see like the US one and it's really getting really repetitive and really like just like you can skip and then you would know the outcome basically. But anyway,
I get what you're saying. Anyway, so they had to balance rice on their head, which didn't seem too hard. I've got a very flat head underneath all this hair.
But if you're saying that's not too hard, that the challenge only lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand it. Like, I could easily stand on one leg with something on my head and have my other foot on top. Like, they could have their other foot on top of their other foot, right?
Maybe it's really cold and then they're shivering. That's probably not.
Yeah, maybe. And like, I guess like them malnutrition. They're like probably dehydrated. Like they're suffering. Like they're tired and everything like that. That's probably they probably expected it to go a lot longer.
Yeah. Can we just talk about Chorizo? Chorizo, 1 second in. Chorizo, 1 second in.
Yeah. Look. And then, like, Anesu just instantly won. Like, I'm surprised why people didn't go for Immunity Island.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, why would Chappie go for it? Why? And
like, if you fell on the bottom. Like, Carla still fell on the bottom. She said she fell on the bottom as well, right?
Yeah, why?
Why didn't they? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Essentially, they're participating for the food, not for the safety.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, if I'm going into a challenge, I don't give a fuck about my tribe. Right? If I'm safe at the end of the day, I don't care. Like, why do we have to care about the tribe? Like, why? Like, you know, like, if you're on the bottom, like, go. Like, Anesu and Chorizo did the right thing. Like, why wasn't Tyler there to make it look like he didn't have an idol? Why wasn't Kieran there? Why weren't these people there? Like, the people are on the bottom. I don't understand it.
Okay, can we just skip forward? So we know that Anesu and Nicole won the challenge. So we know that. Okay, just skip forward a little bit. Bear with me, sorry, because now we're on topic of the reward. So if they actually vote out Nicole, who's gonna get Nicole's portion of the food?
Oh yeah. Why do they think it? Why I don't understand why that tribe went first.
Because they can watch while watching the other tribe.
Yeah, but like they could have like sat down and watched, ate, and then had tribal.
Why? No, I I think the reason why is that they want the other tribe to watch the dynamics of the other tribe. That's basically it. And then, it's better when they're eating than, sitting there not doing anything.
It's like they wanted to save like $5 on food costs. That's what it sounds like. Like they don't achieve anything. I actually thought, right? I thought the Green tribe, Zamba, would have went because they waited 2 days. Like they had like a whole night to go over. I really thought Zamba would have went that first night.
Oh, you thought like it's 2 separate nights.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to happen. Like Teresa was robbed of placing. Like her tribe won the challenge, Nicole.
Yeah, I don't really.
But then, like, because they won the challenge, they go first. Like, she technically lost a placing. So in my eyes, she is 15th, not 16th. All right, editors.
Okay. There's another thing I want to bring up, but we'll do it later. So we know. Okay, so let's follow Anasta's journey to Immunity Island.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he would make the right decision to stay and play?
Oh, 100%. Why not?
Yeah.
I think you always play. Like, I think regardless of the consequences, I don't care. Like, if you're safe for tribal, right? You're safe that tribal. Like, I always think Survivor is always about saving. It's like getting through one tribal. You get through one tribal, you get to next tribal.
You contradicted yourself before. You were saying don't play for fun. And now you're saying that you always played in the thing.
But playing for fun is getting safe.
No. You said before, because last time Carla did going back to her tribe, but you're like, that she made the right decision, but
in them instances, right?
Yeah, she's not just playing another round. She's
I always think you should do it, but I do believe that Carla then played the right decision last week. Then
you saying that it's actually based on situation. You can't just saying like you always have to play.
It's based on situation, but like for example, Carla could go back and swing the vote last time, right? So that's where it's fun. And Nasu can't swing anything. She hasn't got power.
Yeah. So
if you go there with power, you go back. Sorry?
You need to change your wording. You can't say you always. You say
always go for the right. I'm sorry, listeners. I am sorry for that spill. But I believe if you're in power, you don't take immunity.
If you what?
If you are in power, like Carla was last week, right? Because I had that call for girl thing. You don't take immunity. But if you are not in power, you take it. And you don't care what happens. Like if your tribe has to go to another tribal council because you went to Immunity Island, who cares? Like, do not think about the tribe at this point.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like villainish and stuff like that, but like you're on Survivor to like enjoy it and have fun, essentially, in my eyes. Yes, winning is great, but like to be honest, 1 in 20 people win.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying like do the right. It says no right or wrong answers based on your situation. So situational decisions, basically.
Yeah, based on situations, you've got to make the right decision. However, if you can do something out of the ordinary that still gets you through and seems like the more funner route, also take that because it makes it better.
Josh, I think you're right. You're driving this playing for fun mantra so hard that you actually embody playing for fun.
Yes.
And then sometimes I just feel like it's actually not like you don't think logically because you have this mantra on yourself. But anyway,
that's all I want though. Like if you go to a game, if you go to like a Survivor game, right, and you are there just to win, it's the most boringest. You look at all of the players in Survivor, and you look at the players that have had fun along the way.
Let's not go down that road. People are listening for the Survivor after Africa. Okay, so the challenge on the Immunity Island is the one I actually participate in episode 2. So I don't think it's hard because you can actually see like I don't think there's a time limit, but I'm not sure what's the time limit.
Yeah.
So there's only one, so you can just memorize
Yeah. Can she like? It wasn't described properly, but could she like open it up, close it, put one there, open it up, close it, put one there, Could she do that too? Like it wasn't actually.
No. I think once you close it,
it's only
done.
once. It's only once look. Right.
Yeah,
okay, but everything's in front of her.
Yeah, but
so she could have like. She could have made a number.
Yeah. You can look for like maybe like 30, or I don't know, a minute or something like that. I don't know how long you can actually memorize. So I don't think it's that hard for her.
No, I actually think this is the easiest challenge.
Yeah.
And on Immunity Island so far.
She won the Tribal Council Pass, which should actually
which is safety without power, essentially, is what it is.
Yeah. I think this one you can give it to someone else. So she can technically force someone not to vote.
Yeah. So she can play it offensively too, which is
what
I love. Yeah, what I love about safety without power that we've seen on the Australian season was they could use it on somebody else. Where I think the American one, they only played on themselves.
I think so, yeah.
So this could be played on anyone, which is, I think this is the best version of safety without power.
Yeah.
Having it's making an alliance lose a vote, which is like very powerful. Also, that person could be holding an idol, and they're not gonna just hand it over a tribal. So that person could.
Maybe we should see that, but maybe we're gonna see that, but.
Maybe we might see that. But if that person's holding an idol, right, and they're just forced out of camp, forced out of the tribal council, it's just like, well, what now? There goes our chance, and then that alliance can completely get decimated by like a safety without power advantage, which it helps. It helps underdog alliances, but then it's also way too powerful in a big alliance.
Mm-hmm. But but they have a limit on like Final 7 though, so I think that's still okay.
Yeah, the Final 7 limit's good. I think it was like Final 5, like it wasn't the Australian season. It's way too overpowered.
Yeah, I think
that was way too overpowered. And the fact he found it right near the end, anyway. I think that's way too overpowered. I like the Final 7, because it makes it a 3-3 vote. At the most, that's the best it can really do. I don't have an issue with this. I just think the challenge could have been a lot harder to get it because it actually is very powerful. But you see the sort of same consequence. You have a vote against you with the next tribal that you can vote at.
Yes. I'm just wondering, is that the self vote? Does she have? So she can vote, but she's going to have another vote on.
Yeah, so there'll be another vote in the urn with a name on it.
Oh, that's kind of complicated because how are you going to explain to them? Sometimes it's just I think it will be better if they stay consistent instead of
if it was a self vote, it just means she loses her vote and she has a vote on herself. I think that makes more sense for everyone.
I think self vote is more understandable instead of just you can vote but you have another vote on you, so you create vote.
And actually, the fact that she has another vote on her actually sort of just. And her voting as well, it just cancels each other out. So it's actually really not that much of a loss.
Yeah.
Right? Where, because it's like a 1-for-1, right? So it's just not much of a loss. It's the same thing. Right? But then if it's an extra vote on, if it's a self vote, there's only one vote towards you and no votes against anywhere else. So that's what it should be, because that's more of a disadvantage. Where if it's essentially just losing your vote again.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like what Trezo happened. What happened with Trezo. I actually don't think it's the right disadvantage to have. I think, what I said before about having the stealth vote instead of the extra vote, sort of. I don't know. I'm still loving this season though. There's just small things I would change. Like Kirk said last week, how they couldn't take away the parchments from the Island of Idols. That's the perfect thing. Why is that allowed? Right? It shows everybody what the Island of Idols is, right?
No, it's Island. It's immunity. Immunity.
Oh yeah, sorry. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of bloody gross. I'm thinking of that gross season. Immunity Island. My bad. I don't like that at all.
Something that producer can fix next season. If you're
hopefully. They'll never listen to us because we can't get our intros right.
Anyway, it just jump straight into. Do you want to go to Zamba chart?
Look, let's do Zamba first, because it's very boring. Actually, there's not much happening.
Actually, I don't. Okay, so can we talk about the whole mess? Okay, I want to. So I don't get it. So that's why I want to voice it out. Why, like, what's in my mind? What's going on? So Teresa is saying that she had an idol, and everyone's like, "Oh no, Teresa doesn't have an idol." But then people assume she has an idol. So like people want to sway, like, don't vote for Teresa because they are scared of being collateral damage. Maybe puts the vote on someone else, like Tyson or something. And then Kian told Tyson. Tyson told Teresa, and then Teresa was saying like, "You guys are voting for me." Blah blah blah. I don't. And then you guys are gonna be like, what, collateral damage or something? And then Tyson got mad, and then he wants to vote Teresa. And then Kieran said like, put two votes on me. And Tyson then come and say, I have an idol to build trust. I don't understand. Could you break down?
To be honest, yeah. So essentially, all I know is, Kian essentially was the instigator of everything, right? Because she opened her mouth to the wrong person, right? That everyone was just going to vote Teresa and like split the vote, I think, and put one vote on Tyson, I think it was, just in case of the vote, like, right? So what happened is Kian told Tyson that they're going to vote Teresa, and then that's where it just spirals out of control. But to be honest, it's actually not really spiraling out of control because they've got way too many people compared to like 2 people. So they didn't actually even have to worry at all. They could have just walked out and be like, oh, we're doing this and this and this with the votes. Good luck. Like, they didn't have any power. Like, Teresa can't vote. So the fact that Teresa didn't vote all season is hilarious. Anyway, she didn't vote. She never walked up there. She doesn't even know what it looks like inside that area.
Why is everyone?
Oh no, she does. Sorry, she does. She has to put the no vote in the urn.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm just confused. So they have like 5 people. So discounting Teresa, they have 5 people.
And the 6.
So they're 6, but Teresa's not one of them, so it's 5. 5 against 3, which is Teresa, Tyson, and Kieran if they're voting together. So they need to beat 3. So they only need 3 people to vote 3 against 3.
No, but Ernesto can't vote, and Teresa can't vote, which only leaves Kieran.
No. I'm talking about if they didn't know that. So we can assume Ernesto's not coming back because she's not there.
Yeah.
So then technically they are all safe. I don't get what's to worry about being collateral damage when they clearly can split 3-2 against the other 3. If that's
what I said before. It's exactly what I said before. It's just people playing safe, man. It's just people playing.
Stupid. They're like,
yeah,
I just don't get it.
It's people playing safe and then just not being unsure of the numbers. And like, to be honest, it doesn't matter if Teresa or Tyson has an idol, right? They're still able to get votes on Kieran. They've even worked that out, right? So there is no way there's 3 idols in the game. And if there was, good, like, yeah, wow, right? That's not going to happen. But like, it could have. You never know. Anyway.
So you're saying that they're scared of 2 idols. So they assume Tyson has one. They assume
essentially they're scared of 2 idols and they don't want to be collateral damage. But like, Dino's the one that's stressing it out more. And to be honest, they're not going to vote Dino. Like, Dino is the other guy on the outs out of that 5, right?
Yeah, he's a middle.
So why would they ever target the person on the outs? It doesn't make any sense. And he should know this. And if you're watching Dino, what was going through your head? Like, I don't understand the mentality of it. I love Dino. He's a great character. He's a great player. But like, I don't understand where he's thinking.
I just think people sometimes think highly a bit, the position in the game a bit too high, I guess. If you actually sit down and be like, am I the right choice? Like, people be like, maybe Dino in his mind be like, okay, everyone's going to target me because, I'm good at puzzle, blah, blah, blah. And then, but I think he failed to realize that like, he's like social standing. He's not like in the top. Like, you wouldn't, I think as a viewer, it's clearly he's not like the top dog. He's like in the middle ones. So if I want to take a shot, I would shot the top dogs. I'm not going to shot the middle guy who I potentially want to work with. So yeah, interesting choice.
It's actually like I don't understand. Like I can't actually wrap my head around what he's thinking at all at any point, other than like grabbing the idol at the start, because I think that was ballsy, but it was good. You know.
So, what do you think Tyson but showing the idol to Rhaenyra?
What is that guy doing? What like
I
why
think
do that? Like what? No, it gains trust, but like where are they going to use the trust? Like I'm sorry, like they're still on the bottom, right? So this is what I don't understand about Kieran and Tyson. They really should have used the idol to be more of a power move instead of getting rid of Teresa. You should not care about Teresa being an issue. Like who cares what she does, right? But she's definitely going to vote with you every time because she's got nowhere else to go, right? So who cares if she's stealing a rice, if she's like making you uncomfortable with sleep? You know she's still voting with you regardless, right? So the fact that like he got annoyed at her, he's playing emotionally, and it's like it was a very emotional like response.
Yeah, and I think you don't.
It wasn't a smart choice.
Yeah, you don't need an idol to get rid of Teresa. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't need the idol to get rid of Teresa. What I don't understand what they were thinking. Like, at least Teresa can go out of the game thinking, that she actually played a decent game. Because, like, to be honest, everyone was scared of her for no reason. Like, she didn't prove anything.
And she has the balls to ask for the clue.
No, that's it. Teresa was great. She actually was great. And yeah, I understand that she's like not fitting in with the dynamics in the tribe and stuff like that. But to be honest, right, it shouldn't matter at this point because they're so close to merge. Right? Teresa should have been gone in the first 3 votes, right? If she's not fitting in camp, right? Because it's just uncomfortable to live with her. However, because she made it through that far, I was expecting her to get a lot further because she didn't fit in. Because like it doesn't matter. Like, who cares if somebody doesn't fit in a merge? Like, what does that mean? Like, it doesn't achieve anything. Like, you're there to play a game. Like, I understand that they're there like for multiple days and they have to live with this person for that and stuff like that. But like, have you ever seen anybody like at merge vote somebody out because they put out a fire? Never.
And then the Kieran about it wasn't. Okay, I probably zone out a little bit, but what did Kieran actually? They showing Kieran talking about the girl saying like put 2 votes on me. Did they show that?
So they showed who they showed. So Kieran went up and talked to Marisha and Rhaenyra, sorry. And yeah, he's like, we should do this. And then they all listen to his plan. They're like, okay, that just seems good. Let's just do this. I'm sorry, but like, if that guy's on the bottom, you shouldn't do what he says.
Okay, hang on. Why he's asking? Okay, hang on. On the tribal, why is Tyson asking everyone to vote for him? Why? I don't get it. So he can use the idol?
I don't get it.
Why can't
I think he wants Teresa gone. He wants Teresa gone, but for emotional reasons, and it makes no sense. I don't understand
why he ask people to vote for Teresa.
I don't understand.
He knows she doesn't have the idol. I don't get it. She asked for his clue, so he doesn't have it. Why?
He wasted his idol. He literally wasted his idol to get out Teresa, which was his ally.
Well, technically,
when he's in the minority.
Well, technically, she's not his ally.
No, but like he's like she was like the only choice that he had from that group. Like he might have like Rhaenyra's not gonna stray away.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a bad read. Like I think they connect, but I don't. I can kind of. I wouldn't shut my food and saying like he's not definitely, but I don't see Rhaenyra flipping with the 2 girls. He's not. I don't see it at this stage.
No. So he's going to be with Nicole and Marisha and who else? Who else is in that tribe?
No, they're I think those are the tribe 3.
Do you know there's another guy there? Who's the other guy?
No, Dino.
No, it's the other girl.
Kian.
Kian. Yeah. Right. So I don't see Rhaenyra flipping on the 4. I think Dino would flip, but it'd be a 4-4. Like, it just depends on who goes to Immunity Island. say, for example, Kian goes to Immunity Island, Dino will flip. That's my thought. And he'll flip with Nesu, Tyson, and Kieran.
But we never actually know the relationship. Like we shown.
Yeah, we don't know the
bonding with
relationship.
Marisha. So at this stage, I don't even know whether will flip because he's bonding with people over there. So there's no like.
Everyone is going to Rainier with information. Like there's like this whole part of him like talking about all the information he's been given, and he's probably a great social player, and that's why it just doesn't come across on TV because all we see is like strategic talk, right? Which is good for him, but I wish they sort of gave us a reason why they talk to Rainier all the time, because it's always just, I'll go talk to Rainier about this. Why? Why are you going to talk to Rainier? Like, is he funny in camp? Like, show us that. Is he, helpful at camp? Show us that. Like, like the old American seasons where we used to see them going out fishing. And there was like this whole like 10 minutes of fishing. Like, just stuff like that. Like, we don't see that anymore. And it's just all about like, who you gonna vote? Who you gonna vote? Who you gonna vote? Like that shit's just boring. Like after a while, like the Vuna tribe, this episode, which the Orange tribe, which we're talking about, that dragged on for so long. It felt like watching like a live, like a fan made game that didn't know how to edit.
Editing this episode so choppy, and I feel like it's really cracked down. I was like zoning out a little bit.
But I went into, so I was hoping that I was going into the Vuna Tribal Council with like Kieran going home.
Oh, you
randomly. Yeah, I had a thought. I'm like, maybe they're gonna trick us with the editing, and then we're gonna see Kieran go home, right? Which would have been like great. That would have been awesome editing, and nobody would have seen it coming. Us as viewers would have been blindsided, right? But they literally told us what was going to happen at Tribal Council, and then that happened at Tribal Council. Like, we don't want to see that. Like, why show us Tribal Council? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I just wish that, like, I love this season. I like this episode still. Don't get me wrong, but I just wish that they edited better. Like, they had potential here, and they just, I think, screwed it.
No, I actually, and unless you don't think why Kieran and Tyson that's a good move there. I think I was like, guys, you're not surviving. I don't. It's not something you should. I mean, they want to get rid of Teresa anyway. They actually told them like, we don't like Teresa, like in their face. So you're not getting rid of the threat. You're getting rid of people they don't want. So you just basically surviving another round. If you lose, you're gonna go like.
Yeah.
And now you guys know.
Going back to what I said about just survive another round. Don't survive another round, right? But don't do what Kieran and Tyson did and get through another round with emotion. That's the wrong way to do it. Right? Get through another round, but be smart about it. But also, like, make sure that, like, if you need to, you can work out, like, the aftermath. You know what I mean? And, like, there's going to be no aftermath from Teresa going, but it's still going to end up with Tyson and Kieran on the bottom.
Yeah, the same position as well.
And they had an idol. Like, they had the opportunity to flip stuff, and they didn't, and got rid of one of their votes. And their idol. Like, they flipped Teresa, right? So, like, for example, right, they go into 6-3. They flipped one already, but then they get rid of that one. So now they're still stuck at the same sort of path that they started with and lost their tool. Like,
why did Tyson didn't want to play the idol for Teresa? Like, so if Kian told him like everyone's going to go for Teresa, right? So if okay, so let's say okay. The only thing is that they probably can split, and then they probably hang on. Okay, that doesn't work because they probably going to split the vote, and then
they turned around, right? They turned around and said they wanted to do 3-3, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to do 3-3. However, they didn't have 3-3. Like, they didn't have that many votes. They only had 5.
Right.
They only had 5. So like when they turn around and like, oh, why do we do 3-3? I'm like, who's your extra person? Like, where are they pulling this extra vote from? Like, where?
Did Teresa told them that she has no vote? I don't think she told anyone. So
no. They actually got told that she lost her vote in the first Tribal Council.
No. No, it's not a common law. No, she couldn't vote because she had.
Okay, no, yeah, that's right. They lost that.
I know it's confusing, but anyway. Okay, can we just get? I'm done with this tribal. Like
this tribe, I don't understand anyone in this tribe besides Nicole
and Rhaenyra. I think Rhaenyra's.
and Rhaenyra.
Yeah, and Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And Marisha.
Nicole played this episode great in the fact that she won the challenge, and then she pushed everything. And then Rhaenyra did great too because she was great socially that we didn't see, and got all the information.
And we show that Nicole's actually a stone cold liar because like Rhaenyra was saying like Nicole was like she came in with when Rhaenyra's talking to Teresa and she's like, "What are you guys talking about?" And then Teresa was like, "Oh, I thought you guys are gonna vote for me." She's like, "No."
Yeah, Rhaenyra's like, "Oh, I know what Nicole is like now." So like when he's picking up on stuff, he's actually in a really good spot.
Yes, I don't see him going anytime soon. He's probably going to make merge anyway.
Yeah, I think after next episode we might hit merge anyway.
Really? So 14
well,
people.
We're at 14.
We're still 14.
We might have merge at 13.
Episodes, I think.
Do you reckon we'll merge at 13 or 12?
12?
Yeah, so we might have another 2 episodes. I was thinking though, I was surprised by this episode because like the edit, like the next week on Survivor, and there was nothing about a double tribal, and it was all about Santoni being in trouble.
Santoni's in trouble. Yeah, I was thinking that. So misleading, actually.
And none of that really happened, which is great. It's actually really good because like you go into the episode thinking, oh yeah, Santoni's in trouble. Oh no, she's safe, thank God, because everyone loves her, right? And they're just playing on our emotions. They're playing on like everyone's gonna love Santoni, so let's make it look like she's going every episode so they keep watching.
Okay, let's just go to the next Vuna tribe. I mean, this is a
Zama tribe.
Yeah, this is boring. I mean, we do get a snippet about Carla wants to blindside Santoni, but we know, and then they clearly show Amy went to Santoni's like, they want to blindside you, and Santoni was like, no, don't do this. Like, of course, I'm telling you this. And then like,
what's your thoughts on Amy going around just telling everybody everything? She's gonna get caught out, yeah.
It's fine because it's such a small tribe now, and I think it's fine because you want to build that trust, right? So now you can see that who's the close, like type 4, basically. It's Sean, Santoni, Smash, and Amy.
Yeah.
So Chappie's in the out, and then Wardar's in the out. So
can I say something? So last week we had a Santoni confessional about her wanting to take out all the pairs in her tribe.
Mm-hmm. When she did that,
right?
Episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So last week she took out Paul, so she got rid of Chappie's pair. This week she took out Carla, so she got rid of. Well, she originally took out Mike, right, which was Carla's like number 1, and then she got rid of Paul, and then which was Chappie's number 1, and then she got rid of Carla, which was Sean's number 1. Right. So there's only one number 1 left couple, and that's Amy and Smash. So them two are pretty tight, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know if the editing would show us that. But then I was like thinking, why are you voting out all your tribe mates? That's the only thing. Because now if she wanted to pull something, it's 3-3.
Yeah. I don't think, to be honest though, man, I don't think she's going anywhere.
I don't think she's leaving soon, but I feel like I'm curious what she wants to do next round. Like, because it seems
that
like
idol in the wall as well, right? That idol, idol in the wall at Tribal. Nobody knows about that. She's the only one that ever knows about that. Do we know that's up until Final 5?
I don't know. Maybe I don't. I have no idea. She has to pick it up.
Yeah. So like, was it like on the paper that it only lasted in the merge, or was it like on the paper that it was like up until Final 5, or was she just not told? Because like, say for example, she thinks it's for the whole game. And she goes and then grabs it, and it's not. However, wouldn't it be amazing, right, if they went to Tribal first, right? And she knew Teresa was in trouble, and she told Teresa, "There's an idol in the wall. Go grab it."
No, why would
from like jury bench?
Why
But
would
wouldn't
she
that be
do
cool though?
No, why would she do that? Because she never met her.
No, she never met her. But like, I was just living for the final two of Teresa and Santoni. We all
Okay, it's not gonna happen because we all know Teresa's actually not as a good player as we think. So unlike Santoni, so I can see the argument where like the early pre-merge brew sometimes they're good. Some like you can tell like Teresa's. I mean Santoni's. They can do a lot of things if they actually go past a few episodes.
Yeah,
and we can see Teresa, which is like we can see why
yeah.
like, she's
I just
not
feel like
as a
Teresa
savvy
wasn't
player.
she wasn't like in her element with people she liked. If she, say for example, got on a season that it was like people that she vibed with, I actually think we would actually have a better Teresa. I just feel that the casting that was around her didn't help her. However, like that's not the producer's fault.
No, and I still think
And
you have
random
to,
people deal with random other people,
No, it's also your like it's up to you to blend into the crowd. Like you don't expect people to, accommodate you basically. You accommodate other people.
Yeah. This episode, like, it's probably the worst out of the 5, but I still like it.
Oh, so we're not talking any further about the Brunette.
I don't think there's much to talk about. I actually don't think much happens. There's nothing actually like really exciting.
Yeah,
Really.
it's so straightforward. There's like, and then so the funny thing is, so they want to Card threw Santoni name out, and then the next day she woke up saying, "No, let's go for Chappies." I was like, girl, come on, like you can't just throw something out and then be like, next day you woke up like, no, let's do it. I mean, like if you want to do a big fight, either you say it and stick to it, or just don't say it. Yeah,
I'll tell you what though, if we never see Carla back, I'll be disappointed.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she's that big. I mean, I don't know. This season is still quite long, so I don't know whether she's that the big character we like.
I really thought she was going to be like our final 4 female villain that goes home or something. Like I just had this like feeling about her that I'm like, she's not going. She's staying forever, and we're going to have it for the whole game. And
no, I think that's Nicole. You got
it's Nicole. It really is Nicole.
So now, can you see any winner pick from here, like the winner edit? Have you noticed? I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I can't
South Africa is so hard to call. Like,
yeah, it's so hard to call at this stage. So
yeah, I don't think actually. To be honest, I don't think Edgic works that well on South Africa seasons.
Because I can't see Rhaenyr's were pretty invisible but I don't think Rhaenyra is I don't know, I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think Dino's gonna win.
Dino,
I don't think he's gonna win. He's gonna be like the fan favorite.
To be honest, I could see a player like Karen winning.
I feel like a girl might win. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
The girls this season are very strong though. I do give them that.
Yeah.
Like the girls this season are very strong. The Amy, Marisha, Nicole alliance, if that gets back together and merge, it could be dangerous.
Do you think Santoni's gonna win?
If Santoni wins, man.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think she's gonna be like based on the editing? Do you think she's gonna be the winner?
Oh no, she can't win based on the editing. However,
why is that?
David won based on his editing. I don't know. I just feel like she's playing way too big, and I feel that coming into the merge. However, to be fair, actually, this is one thing that stood out to me. Water said Tony was a goat in this episode. Like, it was like, she's just following the vote. Yeah, that's all that she said it at one point. And I'm like, bitch, you are fucking wrong. What are you watching, Water?
No, actually, would that be the perception of the player, saying that if Santoni get to the end, that people will be like, you just follow the vote?
Yeah, well, she sort of is getting the Aubrey edit. Where like Aubrey was like a big name even from like the get-go, right? So, and then when it got to the end, everyone's pissed off that she didn't win. So And then if you rewatch the season, you understand why Michelle wins. I want to see her get further, man. If she makes it to final, that's enough for me. Like, she's won in my book. But if they're perceiving her as a GOAT, and to be honest, I think the only reason they're perceiving her as a GOAT is because of how she looks. And I feel like a lot of people do that just based on looks, which is stupid. I think that's the only reason that they would be calling her a GOAT, because I actually don't think she could do stuff just because of how she looks and her physical ability and her age and all that.
We do show her like she's leading the conversation about getting Paul out as well. But
yeah, she was, and the fact that the girls still think she was goating, it's just stupid. Like, there's no what happened to girl power? I'm sorry, but what happened? What happened?
But I think Santoni did make the right move for getting Carla, because she really wanted a pair, so she can she can grab Chappie and water. But now I'm thinking there's too much sort of a drama between those two. I wonder if she can actually. She's not a good middle person to bring two together. That's what I'm thinking. You have to be a good bridge. I'm not sure whether she's that good bridge.
Are we thinking though that Chappies is only pissed off because of the edit? Because to be fair, did we ever see Chappies crack the shits at Paul Wendt?
No.
We never seen it. So we never seen it, right? So really, I just feel like they're trying to make us think that Paul and Chappies were a lot closer in the edit than what they actually were. And maybe they're just trying to give us a little bit of a fake out sort of thing. To be honest, the fact that Chappies wanted Santoni even from the second episode with him, let's work with Santoni, should be great, And the fact that now Santoni wants to work with Chappies, I'm getting a Henry Jackie sort of vibe from is that season 2? Yeah, of Australian Survivor. That's the vibe I'm getting. However, if Santoni leaves in the merge, I'll be pissed. I wanted to make in the pre-merge, I'll be pissed. She has to make the merge, and she will go far. She'll make top 6, I reckon.
Okay, we're almost out of time, but let's go with our usual segment: kiss, marry, or kill.
Yeah.
So let's start with Mary. We never start with Mary. Let's start with Mary.
Okay, so this is the person we think's gonna win, based on this episode's edit. Okay. I didn't actually think of this one.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Rhaenyra, because we show that he was getting information from Tyson, and then Tyson was saying he's someone that he wants to build a trust with. So he clearly shown a lot of social capital in that tribe. So I think he's set up well for them. And then he has Amy in the other tribe too. So he's set up well.
I'm going to say Nicole, because she knows scared bitch. She's not scared. She doesn't come across scared at all. And players that aren't scared can usually go a fair bit of the way. If they're confident, yeah.
Who you want to kiss to?
No one.
Yeah, I don't think we should avoid any kiss. I don't feel like anyone's doing the right move. Even with Amy telling Santoni about, I don't feel like that's a kiss.
You know what? I don't kiss Chappies
because he's been calm and chill and not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give anything because I feel like I don't see any one stood out to me. I guess. I mean, I already give Mary to Rhaenyra, so and pushing Teresa, I don't see a benefit. I don't see the benefit people from it. No one's benefit from it, I guess. And Carl's going. I benefit Santoni, but she's not the one. I think she's more reactional. It's not like in the episode. It seems like it's a reaction that she threw out Carla's name because Carla was saying hers. So technically, maybe she's not the one leading. Like, I want to get caught up because she's a couple now. So I mean, it was mentioned last episode. So I'm not believing any kiss this episode.
Yeah, like the only reason I'm kissing Chappies is because it's Chappies. But also, like, no idea.
It's front. Sorry, it's a French thing. It's like Francois, I think. Francois.
Oh yeah. I can't pronounce that name. I'm not gonna try.
I'll
offend the whole country, and I don't want to do that right now. Yeah, I think the fact that he didn't explode after the tribal council, which, to be honest, I really thought we're gonna see like an angry Chappies, and I was living for it, but we didn't get it. So that's why I would probably kiss Chappies this episode, because of that reason. But that's the only reason I have for anyone to get any credit this episode, other than Nicole. Nicole played great.
Okay, kill. There's plenty of kill.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Tyson. What the fuck? I'm not meant to swear. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear or not, but I did.
Kieran?
I don't understand. Like, we talked about this for like nearly half of this episode, how we do not understand his move. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get
then Teresa, and then Kieran, and then
Teresa played better though. Like, Teresa played better. Like, I know she stuffed up a lot, but like, she still played better than what Tyson did. And I'll debate that any day of the week. I'll debate that the whole day. Like, the fact that Tyson wasted his idol on an emotional play makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, I feel like Tyson has a lot more power going into this episode, but he just lost all of it. And whereas Teresa basically had none.
I was liking Tyson. This episode,
yeah, me too.
Because you just made me realize, I'm not going to say a crap player, but it just made me realize how much of a safe player he's trying to be. Like, he's just trying to be safe all the time.
I mean, there's nothing I'm trying to be safe every tribal, but I do think no. Let's just rephrase. I think he actually had a lot of potential, but then I think he just wanted to be safe in that tribal, whereas he's basically kind of safe anyway. If the teachers, doesn't make sense.
Safe regardless. I'm sorry, he's going into the episode safe. He could have said no to Teresa with the clue, and she wouldn't have had anything to stand on, and she was going home, right? So that's on his own head, really, to be honest. I also, how I said before, just do anything to be safe every episode. Now, that's only if it makes sense.
Yeah, because I think we come back to, actually, Tyson has a lot more power. So he can be saved this episode and the next episode. So, and I just don't know why he just want to be safe this episode when it's no one's saying his name. Everyone's saying Teresa. And then I was just like, you don't need to play Idaho.
I also never understand how come people never use, we see it a couple of times, how people use idols as, offensive tools. But, we see, a lot of players who get idols as, a defensive sort of, mechanism, and it's not the right way to use them. I think they can be used for a lot of other reasons. They can be used to, make sure people don't vote you this round. You can use the idol just for, that reason, so people are scared of you with the idol, right? So they don't vote you because they don't want to be collateral damage. We've heard that phrase a lot in this episode. They could have said, we're going to place 4 votes on Teresa, 2 votes on Tyson, 2 votes on Kieran, right? And if Teresa plays her idol, then Tyson will play his. I don't get it. And they could have pushed more votes on Teresa from their group, and they could have used their 2 votes to take out someone. They wanted to, at the start of the episode, have 5 votes and 1 on somebody else, and then leaving 2 other people in the outs that they could have voted.
Can I also mention, why did Tyson tell Rhaenyra, Teresa doesn't have an idol, vote for Teresa? and then just don't say like I'm gonna play this tonight. Just like we can keep it, we can use it for both our knowledge or something like that. I mean, it is a big. If you want to do that,
Why
like
do that? No, but that's the type of move you have to do though. Like that's the type of move that should have been done in this situation.
if you want to tell Rhaenyra, then that's the right way. I don't get the concept coming in and say I'm gonna play this app.
Oh yeah,
this,
this idol's gonna come out of this tribal council. You can trust me afterwards. No, I'm sorry, no.
Like, he could have he could have said like, so I want to tell you this so that if we can do this together, we can do like blindside whatever, like down the future or something, like it's so we don't waste this. Because
Well, Tyson says in like, I don't know if it's a confessional or if it's to Kieran. He doesn't want to be the guy that goes home with an idol.
What? He doesn't want go home with an idol.
He says he doesn't. Yeah, he said he didn't want to be the guy that goes home with an idol. There's usually one every season, right?
But then it doesn't make sense if you're saying you can trust Rhaenyra, but then you're saying that in this sense you're saying that he's not trustworthy because he's going to blindside you when you tell. So if you have that like someone's going to blindside you when you tell them you have an idol, then don't tell them in the first place. I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think this whole episode, the more I talk about it, the more I hate it. And I did like it what happened. I'm like, I love this episode. It's good. But now dissecting it, there's like so much bad gameplay that it feels like a lackluster fan season.
Yes.
That sounds bad to say, but I still like it though. I just think it's raw. I think it's different. The fact that we had both tribes go to tribal and they had a lot more time to figure it out, and the fact though that we start the episodes with this person's going home and this person's going home, and then them two people go home at the end of the episode just really irritates me.
Yeah,
like I wish they just edited it so we looked like Chappies was going home and then Carla goes home all of a sudden, or or if they edited it the same way but we had different outcomes in both tribes, that would have been more interesting.
I feel like that's okay because Carla's story is being told, so like we understand like her story's flesh out. Like if we don't show her as much this episode, it would be kind of good. So I mean, okay, let's just end this. I think we're going too far, but I just want to quickly mention that. So let's start with Canberra Survivor. Actually, had a Patreon service that you can subscribe to. Donate to their cause. You can be a patron. It's $3, the minimum, and the maximum is $25. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So essentially, guys, if you are listening, Canberra Survivor is a new Survivor that's happening in Australia. They've already filmed one season, and they're currently applying for season 2. They have started Patreon.
Not sure.
Applications have closed for season 2,
I think the filming's in around October, but can't show you the dates anyway. But yeah, application's closed. I'm not too sure. But if you want to know more information, maybe ask him, send a message.
Yeah. So there's a Survivor Canberra Facebook page that you can go have a look at.
Canberra Survivor.
Essentially, Canberra Survivor. Sorry, my bad. Me and Vince are like trying to cover all of the Australian Survivor scene. As far as live reality games go. So they've I think closed applications. I know that Backyard Survivor season 4 has been filmed and is currently being edited. Melbourne Survivor season 3 has been filmed and currently is being edited. Also, with Melbourne Survivor, there is a Victorian only trial if you're in the state of Victoria. We're hosting a trial event. It is a fundraiser event, which means all proceeds and all money donated will go towards the costs of running season 4.
Could you want to explain what the trial means for our listeners who are not familiar with?
Yeah. So if you're listening, a trial is it's a day version of the game, right? So we will try out some challenges that we're thinking for a potential season 4. We will also try out some potential twists, some different advantages. It's a fun day. Don't take it seriously if you're playing. Just have fun with it.
Would you Could you tell?
Um,
Can you just tell the time? Because you have the date and time and what.
yes. So we do have a date. The date is the 21st of April. August.
Next year.
I'll get there. 21st of August. There is a sign up form. Now you can find that on the Melbourne Survivor Facebook page. It's on there. If you cannot, just message me through the interwebs, and I'll send it out to you. All money to that is going towards season 4. And I will be hosting. How exciting!
What's the entry? What else? The entry cost? Where is it?
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's in Brayside Park. Entry is $40. You can also purchase buffs from the last 2 seasons. We'll have them there on the day as well. If you haven't got one, come down and get one. If you not want to play or anything like that, just come down and watch. Message me and I'll give you all the details. I'm very excited.
But do apply. Do apply.
Yeah, but apply. Please apply. Like, if you've played one before too, apply. I don't care. Like, all the money is going towards charity. Like, not towards Melbourne Survivor Season 4, not charity. Season 4 of Melbourne Survivor.
Yes, and then you might meet some familiar face. You will get to see Josh. You get to see me. I don't think anyone interested in seeing me. Us anyway.
Look, to be honest, I think people are over my voice, so they probably won't want to see me anyway. But just come down, have fun. It'd be great.
Coming out, play some games, play some people. Yeah. Have fun.
Just and have fun. We call it a trial because we're trialing out stuff. It's not a trial to like be cast for season 4, just so people are aware. Yeah. I think that's it. Thank you all for listening.
Oh, well, so sorry, I have to direct this out. Australian Survivor is coming out in 18th of July, which if you don't know, our international viewers, 18th of July is where Australian Survivor come out. I'm not sure when they're going to release the cast assessment thing, like the cast bio. In my memory, they tend to release it in like quite late.
Yeah, so, it's usually like a week before, a week and a half before the season starts. Yeah. I don't know if we're actually going to talk about it or not. We haven't decided yet.
No, we're gonna do a cast assessment, but I don't think I can commit to a 3 days like recap or like.
That's a lot.
Because South Africa is still gonna run at the same time, so I don't think I can do both. I'm quite a busy person. If the viewers not know, I'm saving lives just to let everyone know every day.
Yeah.
Anyway, is that the update so far?
Yeah, that's pretty much the update. They've got a couple of casts already out. If you find them on the interwebs, don't listen to Reddit. Reddit is always wrong. They're never completely right.
Well, I guess that's it for today, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Next week, sorry, not tomorrow.
Next week, I don't know if it's the same time or not, but it will be sometime.
Yeah, it'll be sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can't do Friday. We can't do Friday anyway. But anyway,
it's okay. We'll work it out.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye.